Sometimes it's just a shit day. And I often get asked how to move through a trigger, how to move through heavy feelings, how do you just get through when you just feel shit? And I thought this was the perfect time to make this video because today's just a bit of a shit day. And I, had a couple of really full-on days last week, Thursday, Friday, with some kids' events, a football gala day and an athletics carnival. Sometimes that wipes me out for the weekend, especially when there was football on Saturday morning. And I've just sort of gotten up on Monday just feeling a bit, just a bit blah, to be honest. And there's been a couple of things happen, over the last few days, and that's what I'm going to sort through right now just to show you what my thought process is and how I actually do this. Because even though I'm, I would consider myself, well along my healing journey, I have healed a lot of my past trauma. I know how to work through triggers. I know how to name and locate my feelings. I'm pretty good with the emotional regulation stuff. I'm a hypnotherapist. I teach other people how to do this. And sometimes I still just feel shit. It's normal. I'm human. It's normal. And I want to normalize this. So at the moment, I am a little bit sort of tired and overwhelmed just after the last few days. I kind of hibernated myself over the weekend. Then I got up this morning, took my children to school and thought, didn't really get much done over the weekend, which sort of started the spiral. Then, I've had a couple of big sort of financial expenses over the last few weeks, some expected, some unexpected. That's a completely normal situation to take a human being out, just to sort of, rock them a little bit. So I'm a little bit rocked by some unexpected financial expenses. I opened up my TikTok account because the best thing that you can do when you feel like shit is to open up your social media. I opened up my TikTok account and there's a comment on one of my videos, which is a bit weird, but, that sort of threw me a little bit as well. And then there have been some other things happen. I'm feeling overwhelmed. I'm feeling like I'm not in control. I'm feeling like I don't really know where to go from here or what to do. There's a few different things going on. So this is how I'm going to process it. I feel it. I sort of moved a little bit, but I feel it right here in my belly. This is where I feel it. A little bit here. I'm feeling it right here. There's a couple of different ways I could describe this feeling. It just feels heavy. It's overwhelmment. It's there's a little bit of worry in there. There's a bit of guilt for not doing more over the weekend. There's a little bit of sadness in there that I haven't got myself under control today. Maybe that's more overwhelmed, but I'm feeling it here and here. And so financial expenses, I work through that with sometimes you just need to let go of it. And you need to stop obsessing about it, stop thinking about it, stop worrying about it. And that's so hard. But I just have to keep reminding myself of it'll work out. It'll work out. It'll work out. And so I do that. With the comment that was left on my TikTok, one of my TikTok videos, I'm just letting that go at the moment. There's no need to respond. There's no need to explain myself. There's no need to clarify what I meant in the video. I don't feel the need right now, and I wanted to before, but I'm just letting that go at the moment. Now with this heavy feeling, I've named it. I think I've named it. Not really sure exactly what it is. It just feels heavy and it's here. So what I'm going to do is I am just going to breathe into it. I'm just going to let it be. I don't need to do anything with it right now. I don't need to do anything about it. As in, I don't need to go out and find the money. I don't need to make a reply to this comment and explain myself or clarify or, justify myself or anything like that. There's nothing that needs to be done right now. I'm giving myself grace. I'm giving myself space. I'm giving myself peace by just saying there's nothing that needs to be done right now. There's nothing serious that needs my attention right now. There is nothing that just needs me to jump up immediately. So I'm just going to sit and I'm just going to breathe. And there is such power in just breathing into those feelings, literally in and out. And you will feel yourself begin to calm, because breathing is actually what helps you to feel into the feeling and release it. And I'm going to show you another little trick that I do as well, but just breathing into it, soothing yourself. I will often soothe myself with, it's okay. Everything is okay. It'll all work out. There is nothing that needs to be done right now. And this is how I talk to myself out loud. Because when I talk out loud, it takes the focus off my mind that's just churning over and over and over. So now there's nothing that needs to be done. There's nothing that I have to do right now. I'm just going to feel into this feeling, which is obviously still here because I've still got my hand here. And I'm just going to breathe. And we know when we're triggered or when we're feeling overwhelmed or scared or angry, because our breathing is quicker and we don't fully inhale and fully exhale, which is a huge, powerfully, it's such a powerful process. And so I'm just going to breathe, and you can count to 10 if you want. Just count 1, 2, as you breathe in and breathe out. And this is how I do it. I give myself the time, the space, and the love to just identify that I'm feeling ick at the moment. I feel shit, I feel overwhelmed, I feel out of control, but there's nothing that needs my attention right now. And I'm going to give myself some time and the peace to just breathe into it, knowing that I don't have to respond, I don't have to make any decisions, I don't have to take an action, I can just be. And if you want to get back into bed and have a nap, do that. If you want to have a shower, do that. If you want to sit in the bath, if you want to go for a walk, if you want to eat chocolate, do that. Just do something that will help you to just feel better in the moment as you just breathe and let it pass. Research shows that it takes up to 90 seconds for the chemical dump of adrenaline, cortisol, those chemicals that get released into our bodies, into our bloodstream. When we're triggered, when we're angry, when we're scared, it takes your body 90 seconds to process the feeling. If you process that emotion, to release it. If you don't fully process it, it gets stuck. And that's what you carry with you throughout days, which turn into weeks, which can turn into months. Because until you fully process it and release it, it sort of hangs around. And so you may notice that my voice is calmer, it's actually slower, which means that my body has processed the feeling that I was feeling here. And it's just processing it and releasing it, because there's nothing that I need to do right now. There's nothing that needs my attention right now. And I'm just breathing into it. And another really good trick, a really powerful trick that I use as a hypnotherapist is, what am I feeling? Where am I feeling it? And then I'll move into, what color is it? How big is it? And then just change it. Change the color, change the size, and just watch it drift away. Just imagine that it's just getting smaller and smaller and smaller, until it floats away, drifts away, moves away from you. And that's another really powerful technique for shifting a heavy feeling, is just find that color, find the size, and change it. It does something really powerful in your brain. It's a trick that I teach as a hypnotherapist, and because I know it works, because I use it myself, I know it works. And so just breathe into it anytime you need to. Breathing is one of the most powerful things that you can do. And then if you want to sit and unpack what's going on, for example, I might then want to respond to the comment that was left on my TikTok video. I'm actually not going to, because I don't feel the need. I've moved through that. The financial expenses, I will just work that out in time. I'm just going to let that just be for a minute. There's nothing that I need to do right now. And just shifting that blame and that shame and that guilt from myself. And you can do that again by locating that, breathing into it, or changing the color, changing the size. But I'm just going to let that go too, from what I think I should have done, could have done over the weekend, how much more I think that I should have done around here. I'm going to let that go because I can't go back and change that. I can't go back and redo it. All I've got is right now. And all I've got from right now is what is the next step? What next step do I take today? And right now, after I turn off this video, my next step is just going to be to just sit here and breathe a little bit longer. Because that's what helps me, that's what works, that's what I want to teach you. So that's to shift a heavy feeling, just breathe. It is such a powerful technique, and I wish more people knew to just breathe through it. So have a great rest of your day. You are significant because you are, and I love you because you exist.